Welcome to my YouTube live today. Let me just pop onto YouTube and find my videos so that I can see comments. Here I am. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So let's dive right in and get started. I have several things to share with you guys, and everything will be in the YouTube description box below after my live. I will come back and make sure all of the information is in here for you guys. The first thing is that I have my monthly calendar. This is the November calendar, and then it shows you what all I'm doing all month long, my Facebook lives, my YouTube lives, and then what I will be sharing throughout the month. And then in orange are some fun creative prompts for you guys to follow along. If you are struggling with a little creativity or you just want to follow along, you can do that. The fun little mistake on this calendar this month is my fall shaker card was supposed to be a Christmas shaker card, and it didn't get changed. And then also it made it on the list twice. And if y'all have been following me for a while, you know that I'm not great at shaker cards. So that was funny. I noticed that. So sorry about that. And then the second page just has ordering information and the host code that is current. So there's that. And then the next thing that I want to share with you guys is my ordering special for this month. So there's quite a few new things happening this month. The first one is the way I'm doing my ordering special and my class and all of that. So you'll see that in just a second. But my basic ordering special for the month is the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. Here is the host code right here. When you place an order with me of $50 or more before shipping and tax, you can get the embossing folder for free. The other thing that I have that has happened this month is I have shifted my Blessed to Craft make and take, my monthly make and take that we do. And it is now my Blessed to Craft monthly class. And if you sign up for the $35 option, you get the make and take version. So you get the items to make when you pay that $35 a month. You'll get these projects here. So this is a little box. You'll get 2 of the boxes, and then you have this recipe card that goes on top. And I thought that was super cute. There is this fun fold card, which turned out really cute. I really love it. And then there is this simple card here. With the make and take option, you get a 1/4 pack of this designer paper. It is the gingerbread and peppermint. Hey, Lynn, designer paper. And then you get 2 of the boxes. You get a full roll of the real red ribbon, and then you get some embellishments. And so that is the option for the make and take. For $45, you can get the entire class. You can get all of the digital items. And now there will be always a scrapbook layout that will be featured. And so here is that layout. So you'll see a process video, and you will have a PDF and measurements and an exclusive video for that layout. Here is our, I guess it's like our 3rd card for it. And if you are part of the Blessed to Craft make and take, where you spend $35 a month and you get the make and take projects, you will get all of the digital content as well. So this is the next card, and it ties in a bow. I'm not going to try to tie that on camera. And then there are 2 treat bags here, and you will see videos for that. And then you will see all of the exclusive videos for these. So that is how I'm doing Blessed to Craft now. You have the $35 option. You sign up, you get the make and takes and all the digital content. when you spend $50 with me, when you place an order through Stampin' Up! And you spend $50 or more, you will get the digital content for this kit. So, or for this class. So you will see all the videos for this, plus you will get the embossing folder. And then the other way you can get this class is you can just purchase it for $45 and you'll get all the digital content, the videos and the PDFs. There is no physical product involved with that when you purchase the $45, but you will get all the digital content. So those are the ways that you can get that class, and that's how I will be doing Blessed to Craft going forward. It will always be a monthly class featuring 4 to 8 projects, and then there will always be an option. Those options will always be there. The other thing, the other way that you can get the all of the items is by joining Stampin' Up! By purchasing the starter kit. They have such a fantastic deal on the starter kit this month. It's incredible. I don't think in the 10 years that I've been a part of Stampin' Up! I've ever seen them discount the kit so much, do a starter kit special in the month of November and offer so much with it. So the starter kit promotion this month is you purchase the starter kit for $75, and all that means is that you get to pick out $125 in product. So you get $50 in product for free, and then you also get free shipping. So you're spending $75 on the starter kit. You get to pick out all of that product. So none of the product is pre-chosen. You get to pick out $125 in product. And then you get it shipped to you for free. And then everybody that is part of my stamping community, which is my Blessed to Stamp community, they get all of that digital content for free every month. I just share it with them because they're part of it. It's like being a VIP customer. So I would really love you guys to join us, to join our community, buy that starter kit and get that product for free and get free shipping, which is amazing. So today, now that all of that stuff is out of the way, we are going to be making 4 different cards. I am using the Heartwarming Hug designer paper. This is back of the catalog, and I feel like it's getting a little bit overlooked because we had it last year, and so people might be missing it that it's in this catalog. It's a returning favorite. So we're going to be using this. I have picked out a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, a piece of Real Red cardstock, and a piece of Old Olive cardstock, and that is how we are going to make all 4 of these cards. So they're going to be really simple. They're going to be really fun. I'm actually making these cards today as part of our group, our community, our Stampin' Communities swap. So we do a card swap, which is where you just make a certain amount of cards and then you send them to like one person. They divide up all the cards, and then so if you made 5, if there's 5 people a part of the swap, then you make 5 cards and then you get 5 different cards back, which is fun. So we have our piece of Mossy Meadow. Lynn said she loved the scrapbook layout. I do too. It's one of my favorites that I've done thus like recently. I've been doing a lot of scrapbooking, and it's one of my favorites, and I'm really itching to get onto scrapbooking layouts for Christmas. So this is a Mossy Meadow piece, so it's a full card, okay? And then, so it's an A2 size card. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this piece here is going to be 2 inches by 5 1/2. And what we're going to do is just line this up right to the edge. I'm having a little panicky moment because I had somebody who texted me that said that their kid was sick. And like, hey, just to let you know, so-and-so is sick. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, am I getting sick? Is my throat sore? Oh my gosh, I think my throat's sore. No, I don't think it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Like, I'm freaking out. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I've just attached this, right? Super simple. And then up here, right where the paper edge is here, we're going to snip out some of the cardstock. See that? How it made it a little hole right there? Now we're going to use this ribbon. This is some that I had in my stash, but what would work really good that I know we have in stock is the double stitched satin real red ribbon. And that is the ribbon that everybody is getting if they get when they get the Blessed to Craft kit. They're getting the double stitched satin ribbon, which is really beautiful. I've used all mine up and I had to order some more. And so I just pulled this out of my stash. So we're going to cut quite a bit out of this because I want to do a bow. And you know my philosophy, I'd rather have too much ribbon than not enough, because when you don't have enough ribbon, it makes it really difficult to tie a bow. So I want it over the seam of this paper basically, and I want it on the bottom a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to tie this bow and get it to lay flat. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this slowly. And as I am getting ready to tie the loops or lay it down, I'm going to make sure that everything is flat. So I'm pulling this pretty tight so I can see my cardstock is bowing a little bit, just like the slightest bit. And that's what I want, because I know when I tie this bow, I know it's going to loosen a little bit. So again, when I pull this through, I'm making sure that the loops are, and the ribbon that's coming through is flat. Okay, so then we'll tighten this. I think this bow actually needs to go that way. So then we'll tighten it, and then we'll very carefully adjust how our loops are. And then we'll tighten it again. And this loop over here did not come out perfectly how I wanted it to. So we're just gonna fake it as we tighten this. And I want the loops to be like fairly small, and I want them facing this way. So you just have to manipulate it a little bit, and then we'll puff up these bows again. Okay, and then let's trim this, and still, we'll probably still mess around with it a little bit. So the great thing about doing the bow this way, and I'll still trim some items off, is that you're gonna be able to adjust where the bow is. Oh, Lynn said, I get the same way when someone says head lice, I freak out. Yeah, I'm with you. Does my head itch? No, I don't think it does. Maybe does it? I don't, like, it does. I think I have it. No, I don't think I have it. Is that what you go through, Lynn? Okay, so the stamp sets that I'm using today are going to be this stamp set here, encircled in warmth, and then I will be using the words of cheer, for one of the cards. So I tried to keep it like 3 pieces of cardstock, 3 ink colors, 1 set of pattern paper, and I really wanted to do 1 stamp set, but which I guess I could have. So this is Mossy Meadow. I guess I could have, but the only ones that fit in these circles that I have are this one and this one. This one would, but then it wouldn't make sense, right? So a couple of the other items that I used is my layering circles. So they come with scalloped, it comes with a set of scalloped dies and then a set of circle dies. So I just picked 2 that coordinated, and then that's what all of my circles are out of. I used an old school scalloped punch on one of the cards. You'll see this, which that is retired, but this is not. And I used this, which is the banner punch, on one of the cards. So really very minimal supplies. Like I try not to like get all of the supplies for my entire room. So we're going to use Mossy Meadow here, and we're going to stamp it. And this ink pad is really, really juicy. So I have green hands, and the ones that I did, all my test ones, I got ink everywhere and I smeared it. So I'm hoping I don't do that this time. And then what I'm going to do is take no, that's good. Okay. So then what we'll do is we will take some foam. And I feel like this card is taking forever, but it's really simple. I just feel like there might be like a few steps here. And I did a lot of the prep. I cut all of the circles. I've pre-cut all of the designer paper. My card bases are all cut, but I will tell you all of the measurements for these for sure. So now we're just gonna make sure that our ribbon is lined up because we're gonna put adhesive over it, and that means it's gonna like stick it in place. So we wanna make sure our bow is in the right place, both height-wise, and then also covering that seam. And then we're gonna add this piece right there. And then now that ribbon is even tighter in place, so I can make sure my knot is in the right place, my loops are in the right place. I can also pull my loops down to reveal that bow a little bit better. And then I can make sure that my I sort of am really not happy with this bow. It did not go the way I wanted it to. It's just not laying exactly how I want it to, but it doesn't even look like a bow, I feel like. Looks like a hot mess. Okay, let's pull that and then tighten this one more time. And then, of course, I've got to add some bling. I guess that's a little bit better. And we can add some glue dots if I need to. Okay, so then what I also pulled out were just my red rhinestones. So, hey, Carol. Oh, no, that's Pat. Sorry. I thought it said Carol there. And then, of course, I can out some bling. I am just using the red rhinestone because I felt like that would be the easiest. I really wanted to keep the supply sort of minimal. Not sort of, but minimal. These are some of my favorite kinds of cards to make are like the one sheet wonder cards, or like doing this where you just take your pattern paper and you make several of them and you keep it really simple. That's actually how I really like to make cards. So I feel like this isn't curved enough. And I feel like these are kind of too far away from the circle. Oh, and now it doesn't matter because if I pull those off, they're going to rip the paper. They're really on there. So that's okay. And this is definitely a different, this is different than you guys know that I normally do when I add my bling. It's a little bit different, but okay. So here's this one here. I wish that would have been closer to the circle. Okay. So there's that one. So the next one we're going to do is this one here. And so I have my Mossy Meadow. I did 2 Mossy Meadow, 1 real red and 1 old olive. So this is the other Mossy Meadow. And we're first going to do some background stamping on this. And so I have this image here from Words of Cheer. I have the floral image. I still think this would be beautiful to stamp on craft cardstock or crumb cake in like white, or even in this green would be pretty. So my medium-sized block that I would prefer to be using is being used for another project. So I'm gonna have to be really careful and not rock this too much, because then it's gonna get like a double line. So this is gonna be tone on tone. Nice. And I'll just ink it like this. And then I'm making sure the floral pieces are on the corners, and we're going off the edge. Yeah, that turned out great. Okay, then I think I'm done with this Mossy Meadow. I don't think we use Mossy Meadow again. All right. So now we have that. Oh, sorry about my camera there. So now what we have is a very simple layer. We have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 real red. And then what I have is 3 by 3. And then 3 by, I think this is 2 1/4. Nope, 1 1/2. Okay, so 3 by 3, 3 by 1 1/2. And we're gonna layer this. So this was just the back, and I'm gonna show you 2 different ways I did this card. So here was the polka dots, and then on the back of that is this design here. So we're gonna add this to the bottom, leaving a little border on the bottom. Then we're gonna add this to the top. I really like this design on here. And the reason you'll see it in 2 different ways is because the first way I made it, I liked it, but then I saw this checkered design and I liked it better. So I thought, well, I think I'm gonna do the one live with the checkered design. Okay, so now for this piece, I wanna add some foam. And I already have this piece here. It just needs a little trim. So we'll add that. And you could do it this way, or you could do it this way, either way. And you're gonna center this right in the middle. So hopefully I'm getting this right in the middle. Hopefully it's not crooked. Then I have an old olive piece, which this is where I used the banner punch. Hey, Dawn. So that's where I used the banner punch. And I'm gonna layer this piece right here. And we'll just do that flat since this piece is popped up. Again, hoping that I'm getting this. And I'm gonna put it, so instead of putting it in the middle here like this, that's gonna make this piece lower. I'm actually going to put it here so that more of the, so I'm kind of lining it up like right with the bottom of this. So that 1, it's up a little bit higher, and then 2, that plaid piece can be seen more. So I just wanted to center that. Now for this one, we're gonna use Old Olive. And the sentiment we're going to use is sending you Christmas cheer. And we'll stamp it right in the middle. Not bad. And then we'll bring our red scallop piece over here. And this is going to, oh, I picked the wrong scalloped one for this. Okay, so I'll show you on the other one. I picked the smaller scalloped on that, unfortunately, which I could have. I wonder if I can. I don't know if I can salvage it or not. Maybe I can. So I'm just going to line this up in my punch. This is a 1.5 inch punch, which, I mean, I feel like takes too much off of it, but I guess we're committed now because that's what I did. I should have tested it first to see. I actually like it better the other way. Okay. Like so. Then we'll bring the card back over and we're just going to stick that right in the middle. And then let me show you how the other card came out, so you can see both. So the other one I did the stripes. So you can see my circle's a little bit smaller because I picked the wrong scalloped when I was prepping. And then I showed more of this design than I did on here. But that's two different ways you can do it. So now let's add a little bling. And for this one, we're just going to line these up. Like so. Like so. Super cute, right? I love that. So that's our second card. Okay, so next is going to be this card here. So I'm starting with a real red piece of cardstock, and I have embossed this whole piece with, I think it is Dainty Diamonds is the embossing folder I used. I just felt like it matched the best with this paper. And so what I have here is a basic white piece of cardstock. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And this piece I think I ended up cutting it at like 2 1/4 or 2 3/4. And then I did my scalloped piece at the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You could do a smaller strip if you wanted, because I literally just want this little tiny, I want the scallops to stick out a little tiny bit. So that's why it doesn't really matter what size you make that white piece. When I was designing it, originally I was going to do scallops at the top and at the bottom, and then I changed my mind and decided not to do that. So that's why originally, I gotta lay this down to line it up. Originally, the white piece was a little bit bigger behind the designer piece. Okay. And then I'm just gonna trim off this white so it's not sticking out. Okay. So then the next piece that we're going to do is a piece of the red. And so I felt like this design went really well with this. And we're doing all of this flat because we are going to pop this piece up. So again, just so that I can get it straight. I will add that there. Now I pulled out, I think this is actually just embroidery thread, I think, or this actually might be a while back. Stampin' Up! Did like a cherry cobbler and like an old olive like thread set. And that might be what this is. To be honest, I'm not sure. It just is what matched. I wanted something like some baker's twine that was green. And this is what I had on hand. So one of my favorite things to get that you can get really inexpensively is the embroidery thread. You can get like a bag of it with all the different colors for really inexpensive, like under $20. And Stampin' Up, their color, the colors that they have in their color family match really well to other products. And so I find that it's really easy to find the ones that match. And I love the like the thickness and the feel of the embroidery thread. I just think it's a really great thing to add to your cards, and an inexpensive thing. So if you're looking for something like this, you can check that out. Okay. So we have this piece now, and then what I want to do is I want to pop this whole piece up. So to do that, I'm just going to use some of my foam that is on a roll like this. So we'll do that. We'll cut this. And then this should fit, or I can make it fit by just moving the ribbon or the twine up. I like to create a little space for that twine or the ribbon to sit. And then it doesn't make your piece weird, like the bulkiness isn't weird because there's nothing under the adhesive or the foam like popping it up. It just makes things lay a little flatter. And if you use foam like this and you cut off too much, you can just stick it right back on the foam like that. And then you don't have to worry about it getting stuck to other pieces, other places. Okay, so now I have this piece and we're gonna bring this back over. And I like to use my grid mat to line it up when I can. You know, we don't have to be perfect, but okay. So it's popped up. We have our bow. We're going to press that down. Now we have another scallop in Old Olive and then a white, and we're going to use Old Olive ink. And for this one, we are going to use, did I already use this one? Yeah, we're going to use the Season, let me wipe that off, the Joyful Season. And it fits perfect in that circle. I wish we had a stamp set that was this size circle that had a bunch of different gradings in it. Like that had like 4 to 6 of them. That would be so cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna give that a second to dry. I'm gonna put my adhesive there. I have so much green ink on my fingers. I'm nervous to touch this white. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this up too. So this one's gonna have lots of layers. It's gonna be pretty thick. Okay, and then we can put this right in the middle here. And then for our bling on this one, what we're gonna do, again, being a little different, we're gonna take these and put them right over these the green dots. And we're just gonna make a couple clusters. The way that these dots are, I won't be able to cover all of them up.